Justin Fields had 2 rough outings at press conference today where he said he was playing too robotic, needs to get back to playing like himself, and also had some blunt words about Chicago's coaching. He did clarify these statements, saying he's not blaming anything on the coaches. If you look at the shorter tweet, Fields said his comments were, quote, taken out of context. Not necessarily. We just played the clip. And the buck stops with him. I need to play better. Point blank. That's it.
Can I go ahead, Wilds? I'm sorry.
No, you take it. Take it away.
Well, I think when he says taken out of context on Twitter, if people were just writing when Justin Fields asked, what's leading to his play, quote, coaching.
Oh, okay.
And so I think the full
I only saw
quote,
the full clip.
Yeah, the full
on Twitter.
clip is obviously not out of context, but if it's just, and you saw, I don't think he was trying to throw anyone under the bus, even if he was actually almost by definition throwing people under the bus.
It felt like he was being honest.
It felt like he was being honest about what he thinks he's dealing with.
truth-telling.
And listen, Fields has looked terrible. There's no denying it, and he hasn't looked at all like Justin Fields. They haven't called quarterback-driven runs. He's not throwing the ball deep, and he's taking an extra second on almost everything. Now, as you guys know, one of my hobbies is listening to local sports talk radio around the country. The speculation as of this morning in Chicago is that what's happening is Luke Getsy, the offensive coordinator, is calling in the play and then giving advice. So calling in the play and then and watch out for the safety. He likes, I don't know what they would say, but watch out for the safety or watch out for this. And that's what he's alluding to. Does that ever happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Okay, so does that look like it's what's happening? And explain.
A couple things. I understand what Justin Fields is saying. Because if that is what's happening there in Chicago, I've experienced that. And Norv Turner, I love him. Great offensive coordinator for years in this league. But when Teddy Bridgewater got drafted by the Minnesota Vikings, it happened every single play. He was telling them what to look out for, who to throw, who he possibly can have on this play, and it was the worst. Because naturally, what you start to do as a quarterback is you don't think for yourself. It's like being a parent and trying to tell your kid to watch out for every little mishap. They don't then make their own mistakes because they're making the mistakes that you want them to make, and thus they're going to make that mistake. It's going to frustrate you and them, and then when you finally decide, let them do what they do, they're going to make their own mistake, and it's going to prolong the problem. That's what we're seeing with Justin Fields. Now, I will also say this. I've been watching the tape and the coaching tape, and it ain't just all on the coaching. I don't care what they're telling you to do. I've never seen a great player or a player that believes that they are great or they have a special and unique skill set become as robotic as I've seen Justin Fields. There has to be something that clicks within him that says, skip what you're saying in my ear, I gotta go ball. Because it's allowing me or it's prohibiting me from being special. Even last year, when he didn't have as much experience, he didn't look like this.
No.
We weren't saying these types of things. He's going in reverse, and that's problematic. And if I'm Justin Fields, what he said at the end of that presser, I gotta just say, skip it and go ball. Mm-hmm. If that means you got to rely on those legs, obviously it benefits you. Do that. But you can't just say that the coaches aren't helping it when you want to, because at times on that film, several occasions, he's not getting all the way through his progressions, and he's missing wide open guys, and he's missing the guys that are coming over wide openly hot, or when you look at pre-snap, you can assess that before you even get to the line of scrimmage, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly taking way too long to get rid of the ball. I mean, he's got 10 sacks. A lot of those are on him, all right, because he's waiting too long. And it's odd. This is his second year with the head coach and the OC. And so you think he'd be more comfortable. Look, I don't think he seems like a good kid. I don't think he meant to throw the coaches overboard or even make an excuse. Right. It certainly comes off like that. Right. But, a lot of times you're young in the league and I've seen it happen with coaches who are first-time head coaches. You don't know how the media is going to take your comments, and whether it's twist them or just take them out of context or just take a small part of what you said and make it a big deal. So I think that's what happened here. But for future advice, what he needs to do is, if you got a problem with the coaches, even doing what you said, like if they're whispering in his ear or something, you got to deal with the coaches on that. You don't put it out in the media. And so now do you have players in that locker room saying, dude is not getting it done, and now he's blaming the coaches. I mean, I don't know what this.
And what is true is that play he threw that pick on. They ran the exact same play 3 straight times.
Right.
And you know what I mean? So there is some coaching issues there. And it's a tough spot. I mean, he's up against what some people are calling the new steel curtain.
No.
What? I don't know. They're 12.5-point favorites, and you guys said they can't score points. So they must be good at something.
Yeah,
you guys said they can't score points.
So now you're taking it. I said that jokingly the other
some
day.
people
Now
are
you're
saying
taking it.
the new steel curtain.
Okay.
The post press conference bump.
I heard you say it yesterday.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.